a university where the students' favorite restaurant is called Dirty's, but is Dirty's still here? They claim it is. Yeah. My goodness, I gave actually the University of Virginia gave a graduation speech and Mary was there, and I was trying to think of something to say. And I said, laughing about my grades, and I said, think of it this way. If a guy with my grades can help get a president elected, and a guy with my looks can get Mary Palin to marry him, then all you stupid ugly guys hang in there. You might be witnessing the most fascinating, biggest, interesting presidential election maybe ever. I just don't wait to call it. That's some kind of Louisiana BS. That's a big statement. All right, let me back it up with some things where I think that we have a historical confluence of events and the nature, the feel of the times are such that it might be. And if you stop and you think about the issues that we face and the problems that we face in America around the world, it doesn't sound too unrealistic to say that we're on the precipice or the decision that we make could affect the outcome of the world or the country, doesn't it? It has a ring of, that might be true. Let's talk about the historical confluence of the events. Let's go back to 1940. Why is that date significant? Well, that was the last time that we had a presidential election that there wasn't an obvious front-runner for the Republican nomination, and said front-runner was not nominated. In every election from 1944 to 2004, over a 60-year period, we have known at this point who the Republican nominee was going to be, and said nominee won the nomination. Predictions that I think are going to happen, and I'll give you, more importantly, I'll give you the reason behind why I make the prediction. My first prediction is McCain don't last till Iowa. Today there's a new LA Times poll that shows that Fred Thompson is now ahead of McCain. And the reason is he just looks like, I don't mean to be crass about it, but he looks like he's tired. Look like he's hard-headed, and he's not raising any money, and he just doesn't look like the same guy that he was in 2000, and he was a natural insurgent in 2000, now he's trying not to be, and he just can't seem to figure out what he wants, and it looks like the Republicans have it figured out, and he just keeps dropping, and I don't think he's going to put himself through this torture. I think Al Gore will get in. Why do I think Al Gore will get in? Because, well, I was quoted very accurately by George Will on Sunday morning TV as once said that running for president was like having sex. You didn't do it once and forget about it. There's a high recidivism rate. In fact, he's done it twice, and that still probably doesn't quite scratch that itch. So I think he'll run. And I think, and of course I'm hoping that Newt Gingrich does. If Newt Gingrich runs, if the Republicans run in, and Newt Gingrich, Fred Thompson, Romney, Giuliani, and McCain, we would be facing a unique set of circumstances where the only one with one wife would be the bull. The next prediction, because we're getting out there. The Republican nominee will be, can I get a drum roll, please? Jeb Bush. I'm making up. You don't come down here and say something obvious, do you? No, I say that why? I just don't think it's in the field. I'll be honest with you, and the Republicans know it. Now, they got 56% of the Republicans that describe themselves in the poll as satisfied with the field. It's a story in the New York Times this morning. If you don't go anywhere and talk to any Republican that goes, oh God, our field sucks. I mean, it gets like despondent. And it's not like the Republicans out in the country don't know this. And as my wife says, that Democrats fall in love and Republicans fall in line. My question, I fell in love with my wife and fell in line and do what she tells me to do. Kind of bipartisan in that sense. But there's nobody in this field that Republicans want to fall in line behind. There's no sort of obvious person. Only, I say Jeb, people say, well, something like one Bush, and maybe so, but I can't think of any other Republican that would get in this race and the Republican Party would say, okay, let's fall in line, let's get behind this guy. I mean, even like Gore, he said, all right, he's probably not going to win, but we can all kind of be for Gore. I guess he's a tad too old for this, but he might not have to dust him off before this. Hey, Bob, get up, you got to go take it one more time. Why do you need it? Find somebody. I think that this is a wimpy one, that there's going to be a third-party candidate. By third-party candidate, I think there'll be a third-party candidate that will get, have an effect on the outcome of the race, 5–10% of the vote. That's easy. I'll go out and let me the further. I think there's a good chance there'll be a fourth-party candidate. Why? Because dissatisfaction with Washington, dissatisfaction with the Republican Party, dissatisfaction is at an all-time high. The Democratic Party is better off, but still, you got a lot of different things out there that people want to be talked about. I could easily see Michael Bloomberg kind of can be the third party, kind of anti-Washington, let's get the job done. I could easily see a nativist anti-immigration party, particularly if both major parties are as highly likely to nominate the pro-internationalist, pro-immigration candidates. I could easily see something like that happen. On the Democratic side, as we like to say, Mama and Obama. I would say this, that Mama needs more spice and Obama needs more seasoning. If one acquires one before the other, that's going to be a kind of determinative of the outcome here. I think that people want to know more about who Hillary Clinton is if she's just sort of this political person. I'm for her. Be clear about that, and she is a very warm person, but I think that before this race is over, as I like to say, she's going to show a little more leg here. And Obama, I think people say, this is a phenomenon unlike anything that we've seen in American politics. This guy's raised 100,000 contributors in 3 months. He sold 1,000,003 books. I mean, this is not a minor thing that's going on in American politics. This is something that is symbolic or emblematic of something. And I'm sure that the chin scratchers are going to be around a long time, but he is firing people up, he is igniting people, and one of the things I think it is people are just looking for something different, and the guy's he looks different, he dresses different, and he talks different, and he's got a different name. And people are hungry for something different, and I think he represents something very important in American politics. By the same token, I think people say, well, gee, I want to, being president's a hard job. I like him, but I still need to be convinced. I like what he's saying about I need to be convinced that he has the depth of seasoning to be president. I think those things